Hello everyone, my name is Marco Marius. Today I will be present entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship for the podcast. Introduction. This podcast present of brief discussion on entrepreneurship. Today will be focusing on what new age career opportunities are in the field of the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship. Again, the podcast is for anyone interested in the business environment, by it is a business founder, as an employee in an organization, or as an entrepreneur. In this case, two central concepts for the consider of this episode are entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship, their role in growing economy and the condition that foster and inhibit trend. Overview of topics. New let's outline several topics for the future discussion during this episode. In the first part, the discussion between entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship, their importance in various kinds of organization, and the position that both executive and business environment will be highlighting in next week. We will draw a little bit more on the position of SMEs of the small and medium experience in the economy, and go further to establish some examples of success stories of the SMEs. Lastly, we'll start also discuss the facilitators and barriers to entrepreneurial activities, and these are the government policy availability of capital and the market environment. By the end of this episode, will also be better equipped with how both and the economy, the company, and the career of the entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship and land entrepreneurship, understanding the terms to Beijing with let us based out the definition of two important concepts, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship. However, entrepreneurship is all about searching for the opportunity, taking some risk, or creating new return that offer and create products to the associated business owner, the typically the owners who come up with new concept and production and offering of innovative consumer items. On the other hand, entrepreneurship refers to the working concept of an entrepreneur, but involves the execution of the operation with an organization. The difference in the two is threefold. In the environment of operation, while the former builds the of companies, the latter operates in already established company. Impact of SMEs of the economy. Role of SMEs. Role of SMEs is as well known fact that small and medium experienced SMEs have a central role to play in regard to a country or economy. These businesses are critical for the provision of employment and create the process of innovation and stimulating economic activities. For instance, Innocent Smoothie started as consumer market style business in the UK. Finally, they become an international recognized trademark. Its important economy and government to support such business ethics that can grow this big to create employment opportunities and economic dominance. Economic condition. Several authors have pointed out of the Old account for over 60% of employment and more than 50% of GDP. In most countries, they are strategic player in the development of the economy because of their versatility in active market function. Environment that foster or hinder entrepreneurship. External conditions that influence the performance of business, especially the new ones are government politics, funding, markets, and education system. These elements can either foster an entrepreneurship activity or pose a number of threats to it. For market conditions, the large context can be illustrated by the United States and Germany as the country that can be described or provided a create environment for start ups. These factors are in the form of proper policy and such contribute to the entrance in terms of capital, innovators and goods infrastructure, recruitment and retention in initiative and positive legislation create a culture of risk taking and innovation in the institution and the certain innovation hubs. However, this is not always the case since not all environments are suitable for one day energy in business. This country included place place where political climate and in the water case illegal for making difficult to start business. There is little or not access to capital and political instability which making difficult for people to venture into business. For instance, most African countries are faced with acute shortage of capital and poor network, which hampers the ability of the business people to fund as well expand their business. Example promising example of country they pay significant attention to the development of the welfare of the citizen as well as adopting friendly measures encouraging innovation including the Nordic country. This country focus on education, provide tax exemption to startups and have on the other hand, in some developing areas, it is also reported that corruption, political instability, and education and funding hamper the entrepreneurship ecosystem development. Conclusion. In other words, in today's episode, we have learned that both entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship is indispensable to innovation and economic growth. SEMs are an important contributor for the development of economy into the jobs creation and encourage the growth of the business. They also good to know that environment outside also play a key role of determining the success of the entrepreneur. Some of the are friendly business workers author present numerous challenges to the quality of business. Call to action if you have or interested in being one yourself in your Organization ponder how to become entrepreneur, identify and reflect upon such forces in the external environment of organization that may escape or hinder internal goals. It is already of noted that the entrepreneurial process in interview and by releasing to the environment, the opportunity as well as the challenge that follow can be easily embraced. Thank you very much.